lit fairly well at night with LED lights. We work with Georgia Power to make sure we get the latest and greatest lights. If you go down to the senior center right now, go there at night. It gives you a good example of how we did everything in front of the senior center. And the mayor's seen this. There's lights going from the beginning of the senior center all the way down to the police precinct. Those are lights we put there. And then the Georgia Power lights are LED. The parking lot is lit up like daytime. If you go over there, it's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So we always put plentiful lights in any facility and the parking and all that. It would really be, maybe someone might complain, but the lights are fairly bright. So it provides great security.
The parking lot is in the back. That's by the pool, right?
Yeah, the parking's in the back, and then the pool is sitting further north. And that big circle to the up left is the bio detention pond. We typically put them either underground or above ground. This land is flat, and we don't have to do underground detention for stormwater. What we have to do is use the most economical way to put a bio detention pond above ground, which is to the left of the pool. All the water flows that way, and you can get the drain off from storm water will go there, and it's not going to be seen from the street. It's going to be seen from the the pool, but going down the hill. The topography makes that slope down. Gravity will feed that storm water. So any storm water from the site will run not toward Parkway, but run back to that detention pond. So those are the things we're doing to be able to help answer the questions that were presented by the two citizens that came up. I hope that helps.
Okay, Councilwoman.
Yeah, I did have a question. The second part of what Mr. Llewellyn asked, and I can attest to that, is that Parkway Drive right now can't handle the small traffic that comes through it. It's fairly narrow street. And he did say that there are times where two cars have to slow up and scoot over just to let each other by. And if we're proposing putting a building there and not making a proposal to
The
infrastructure of the street that's already there, that it can't accommodate the traffic that's already going through there, that's the concern. So I guess we would like to hear like there would be a partnership where that part of the infrastructure will also be redesigned or widened or whatever you may have, because right now it can't handle the traffic or the flow of traffic that's there. And so we're adding more flow of traffic. Something has to be done for it to be comfortable for the neighborhood.
Okay, I got the point. So we would have to intuitively work with Stonecrest, because Stonecrest has preview over that road. So we'd have to work with Stonecrest to be able to get them. Only thing they gave feedback is what I said earlier, which is they wanted a decel lane for the traffic come there to be able to get access, ingress, egress to the facility. So we'd have to work with them to see what they proposed.
I think that that's a must. They need to do some type of study to see, because I also live in the neighborhood. It would not be able to handle the traffic.
Okay. We commit to get with Stonecrest and see what they propose, because that's something that our transportation department that we have one, as you know, but they don't say grace over that because they do unincorporated DeKalb. Stonecrest has to weigh in with regard to what's going to happen. So we'll go back to them again to get input. If that's your request, we'll do that.
And if there's any way we can join in, because I know that Mayor Cabo is very open to partnering and open dialogue. So I would love to see how we can be involved. To let us know when that happens.
Okay.
That would be great.
Yeah, we can do that. We commit to do that.
Go ahead.
To piggyback on our community's concern, we've had nursing homes want to move into the area. So by changing it to O and I, will it just be limited to this institution, or will it also open it up for other institutions to come into that area? I don't know how wide.
Our parcel, it only relates to our parcel because we own that land as a county. So we're requesting that the land that we own be rezoned. We're not speaking to other parcels on
institutions that may want to come in and piggyback on the O and I, since it was changed from the NCD.
Yeah, well, we're proposing we have 21 acres. We want to rezone our land. We aren't speaking to the land that other people might own.
So this is the variance
only relates to the land that the county owns within the city of Lithonia. That's all for O&I. Our parcels that we have, we'd like to have that rezoned to accommodate, because NCD doesn't allow this facility to be built.
So
we would
just for
like
this
to-
facility to be built on
Exactly.
your property.
On our property. We can't speak to the other properties on that land because we don't own those properties, of course.
Okay, but they will continue to be the NCD because we're
Well,
only
whatever
changing.
zoning exists will stand unless they come before you to get them changed. We can only speak to the parcels that we own, because we own about 28 acres there.
Or maybe
This will only
Mr.
affect
Johnson,
20
he's standing up,
acres.
maybe you can
Okay.
contest.
Mr. Johnson, can
Mr.
you
Johnson.
answer Councilwoman Howard?
Just to add to Mr. Mitchell's comments, the property is being rezoned conditional.
Yeah, is that,
Property is,
I don't know if that worked.
You take
It's going on and off. I'm like, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Just talk loud.
So-
Can
the condition of zoning is that this facility be built according to the architectural rendering and the site plan. So it's not opening it up to any other use.
because you remember what we went through when another
Testing.
group came in and wanted to bring in the nursing home facility.
Right.
And the area really didn't accommodate it. But, and even with this particular project, the area is somewhat compromising, but if we, as we stated, meet with Stonecrest and Mayor Cobble, maybe we can get it where the street can be widened to accommodate the traffic that's going to be coming through.
Yeah, it'll be great if Stonecrest stands up and decides to fund the
Well, they'll
widening
have-
and
They'll be funding
repaving.
it.
Well, I mean,
it's their street.
I guess that was the topic of discussion with them.
It's their street, but it's their project.
That's why he.
But we need to, yeah, that's why we have to, I guess, have that meeting. But yeah, that would be our only concern is if this zoning change would just be made for this institution and not opened up for other institutions that once it's changed to just, okay, now that it's different, that whole area, but we're not talking about any particular area other than this particular property.
Which is owned by the county, so that helps protect the community even more so because DeKalb has other uses in mind, like this recreation center. And I can't see a private entity coming in there. Beyond that, what's being rezoned tonight is conditioned to what's presented, the recreation center and that site plan.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, council? Ms. Nguyen, you have?
Mhm.
Okay.
I just wanted to know, was there any other,
And can you talk loud?
I am talking loud. Is there any other way, that, other than coming off Spring Street, is it another way that, the public can come in from the main street?
Unless you, I'm gonna say, yes, there's another way, by the amphitheater, meander, but that would be completely out of the way, because Parkway would be, the building sitting on Parkway.
And I know where it's the area that it is sitting, and I know a lot of people come through there. Is it any way possible? I know there's a lot of, trees and different things, but on that main street where a lot of traffic travel in that particular area, is it any way it could be a cut through to get to the facility? And some of the trees probably would have to be removed. I'm just asking.
I think it's on the main street.
It's, that is the main street to go there, and the building is gonna be sitting about maybe 50 feet from the road. That's part of the zoning request to have that. So that is the fastest way to get there, to come down Parkway. The issue is more widening Parkway to accommodate more traffic. But the answer would be, the only feasible way to go is stay on Parkway, make a right. And with the pool, you have to go the same way with adding a new road. The road we're putting in is a road to help you get ingress, egress to the pool, as well as a new rec center. So it's the most feasible way to go, to make a right on Parkway to go into the center.
Well, I think the street is the average street of Lithonia. It's not anything smaller than any other street in the city. It's just a regular street. So I mean, it's not like it's the smallest street in the city. It's just a regular street.
It's a
It's just
regular
a
street
matter-
for the neighborhood
But-
though, for this
but-
For
NCD.
residential,
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
regular
but
street.
now we're coming up
Yeah,
to
commercial.
office and institutions, so then we would want to adjust the roads to that effect,
Yeah,
to reflect it being
I don't think,
office and institution district,
I don't
since
think-
that's what we're
not a-
changing.
just
we
the
need-
property, not the district. It's
Well,
not a district.
the existing property there is already
Just the property.
O and I. So the fairly large property is
Yeah, that's what
NCD.
it's going.
You currently have in-
Nine.
O and I, all those parcels that are in gray, the
Mhm.
current zoning is O and I.
So they're just trying to change that.
So that's already exists today. The
Mhm.
gray portions, that's
Mhm.
O and I today. And so the road is commensurate with O and I today. What we're purporting to do is take the back parcel, which is green,
And make
for
it
the
a-
park, and change that to be the same zoning as O and I,
As the gray.
as a gray. But to your point, we already have a road that allows O and I to exist, and it's been there for many years.
And we need an update. We need upgrade.
Okay, but it's been there for years. Those homes were there back in the 80s. I did title searches on those. They've been there for 80, 90, 2000. They've been there for years with the existing zoning and the existing road.
I don't think you can get any wider.
I just had one question.
Yes.
I was just curious, as far as the financing is concerned, I know that this is mostly gonna come from, DeKalb County and Maria Davis office, right?
It comes from the commission. It's not from the office. It comes from the county will come up with funds through various sources. We have federal sources. We have county sources. Most projects are funded that way. Any projects I do, a combination of federal funds, county funds, et cetera. A lot of them I do completely with federal because all my sources of funds are federal, but it varies. But it's not from the commission office. It's from the county when the board of commissioners vote, and this entirely, all 7 people need 4 votes, of course, and those funds are appropriated to do any project. Some could be federal, some could be county, and all.
So does Stonecrest have to, are you all looking at Stonecrest, contributing in any way as far as funds are concerned?
Actually, we have not approached them. We could, but we haven't today approached Stonecrest to contribute any funding for the project.
Okay, I was
There's
just curious, because I wanted to bring up what Mr. Llewellyn was talking about, as far as like the sidewalks, since I know it's gonna be very popular for our youth, and that's the goal, that part, I don't know how expensive it will be, but I know it'll be necessary to talk about if we're looking at approving this, because I'm all for this great facility being put in, but those are really good points about, that street, and I live on Reagan Street, so I see the traffic all the time because it connects from our main street here, Evans Mill, down to Lithonia Industrial. So people that don't even live here cross through that road too, and that's why I think that would be important to really discuss before we get into like the nitty gritty.
So you're purporting to get with Stonecrest? to
That's
see-
what I would love to do, to just see like if they're willing, if they have the funds, if not, what the county can do as far as putting in sidewalks and maybe seeing how we can maybe take off a little bit of right of way to get extra road space. That would be really awesome. I mean, I know this is possible, but
There's a couple of the design things that are in this plan, and I understand it's hard to see. You guys have half-size plans, and we're looking at a screen here. We are showing new sidewalk across the whole frontage of this property.
okay.
So we are already proposing that on our side of the road. And to get into some of those conditions, one of the concerns we have is when Stonecrest does come and expand the road, which I believe is in their long-term plan, if they need to expand it towards, I'll say our side, towards Lithonia's side, they're gonna have to take some of the right of way. We wanna make sure everything's still in compliance with the zoning. And so that's where some of that, there's a slight reduction in the zoning setback required in order to make sure that if that right of way gets, the roadway gets widened, the right of way is taken, that doesn't impact the building.
Oh.
So all of it's, I apologize, wish I could blow it up to room size and you could all, to look
But I'm
at it
glad
up
that
there.
the
It is
sidewalk-
on the plan.
Yeah, I see that now it's proposed, so that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, all of our projects have sidewalks. Any facility that we built, you can always find sidewalks in front of the building. If you go to East Central, We just completed that in July. I don't know if you've been over there or not, Milam Road. That's the one with the 75-foot pool that I just built. Well, that sidewalk goes from South Harrison all past the building all the way down the hill. It's very expensive, but we put sidewalks in, so anyone coming up there, and lights too. Lights and sidewalks from beginning to end, which are quite a ways. We always do that for facilities.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. And I cannot see where this ends, but where is the sidewalk supposed to be ending? I know past Spring Street.
We have it to the end of the property,
Oh.
which is the city limits. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
essentially going all the way up to the city limits to the sidewalk.
Okay. And the other way is going towards, I guess, the end of the
So-
corner of Parkway and Park Drive, it looks like.
Yes, if you're looking to the right, to the
Mhm.
east,
Yes.
it'll stop at the property line there, is where we're currently showing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're only looking at in front of the park itself,
Okay.
not extending the sidewalk into the residential area beyond it.
Okay.
At least as far as with this proposal of what we're presenting.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, any other questions, council? All right, well, thank you, DeKalb. Thank you, zoning administrator, Mr. Johnston, for your hard work. And of course, we'll be in touch, let you know our next move, okay? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Bill, how you
please.
doing?
send my regards to our commissioner. Tell her I said hello. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right.
We beat that one.
So y'all got some thinking to do, huh?
I said we beat that
Yes.
one. I'm too sure.
We need to vote now?
Yeah.
Okay. DeKalb, can you come back? They want a vote now. I don't think council is ready for a vote now, but sit down for a second.
We can vote to move forward.
All right,
Yeah,
now,
move
there's some
forward.
concerns that council has all through everybody due to the fact what Mr. Llewellyn stated about, speaking with Stonecrest, widening the street, what have you. Right. So, council, they're asking for a vote. Because I didn't think y'all were ready.
If you are going to defer, I need it for this first council meeting in February.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to defer council's decision on the Lucian Standard Recreation Center plan for DeKalb County
To the first meeting in February.
to what you said, first meeting in February? First meeting in February. Can I do an addendum to that?
Go ahead.
We would like for them to give us the feedback on the conversation with Stonecrest on the infrastructure for that, for Parkway Drive.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right. Moving forward to alcohol license renewal. Chief DeJohnette, you ready? I didn't think y'all were ready for that. That's a lot. Yeah.
Just so we know, the mics are picking up on the YouTube. For some reason, they're not coming out of those speakers.
It's fine. Technology, I'm used to it. No big deal. Go
So,
ahead.
this is just this is a consent agenda. It's just 3 of the renewals. I'm going to read out the 3 businesses, and we need to vote on approving the renewal for their alcohol license. The first one's going to be the Bawani Grocery Store, which is, from what everybody knows who's been around here, is the J-Way. On Swift.
On Swift.
The second one's going to be the Wayfield Foods. And the third one is going to be the, I don't know how to, yeah, Bobbinack Corporation. Is that how you say it?
Where's Bob?
Yeah, that's the one right behind us.
Oh, okay.
That's the one right behind us.
I have a question. We had some discussion about machines or something we're not having that discussion.
This is for alcohol.
Well, I
License.
mean,
I know what
that's
you're saying.
contingent upon getting that, but okay.
No.
It's for alcohol license.
Yes. this is
Gotta go
about
by the
alcohol license.
agenda.
We come back to
Are
that.
we
We definitely.
approving?
work on that.
Huh?
I'm looking for the,
Please renew.
the name of the businesses again. Is
The-
it in the packet?
The,
No, they aren't in the package.
yeah, because you have to, remember, we have to do these originals.
So when we do the approval, we need to be able to say the name of these vehicles that we approve on. J-Way,
Yeah, I
Wakefield,
think
and
it's just the
Holiday.
whole agenda.
Huh? Yeah.
It's just to approve the three that you presented.
approve the 3, the Wakefield.
Okay, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, because it's just consent.
I can give it to you if you need.
So you guys already reviewed everything.
Mhm.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the
Renewal,
businesses that have applied for the alcohol license.
renewals.
Renewal.
Yeah, consent. Approve.
Okay, via consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Where's the deadline for?
Ms. Howard,
Not right now, because we were changing.
your discussion.
Okay, this is time for my discussion?
Go ahead.
Okay, so is there any, should we be concerned about issuing the license for any activity that may or may not? We've cleared all that because it has been some time ago and there has been some uninvited activity around.
Mhm. Yeah, we
That concern.
cleared that up with those businesses.
Okay. And folks not hanging around out there.
Oh, no, not that one. Yeah, that one. They definitely ain't hanging out around there no more.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm finished.
Okay. Councilwoman Shepherd, you got something? Okay. Anyone else? Any discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Ayes have it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. There's no old business, correct? All right. Moving forward to new business for discussion. This is Lithonia Amphitheater. All right. And I put this on the agenda tonight. I wanted to discuss some things that, oh, is anybody here? Oh, okay. Is Miss Renee here? Okay. I saw Javon. He's not here?
He left, I
Okay.
think.
Hello. We was getting ready to start amphitheater. I wanted you to be present as well. All right, guys. With the Lithonia Amphitheater, of course, you know our Lithonia Downtown Development Authority manages the amphitheater. So I know sometimes we get, complaints about noise, all that kind of stuff. We move forward, we make it happen. We try to please as much as we can. We correct things and we go forward. So I have two concerns. Last year, I asked for trash cans. Maybe not a big deal to y'all, but it's a big deal to me. Because after the day is over, people have to come out, clean up the amphitheater, come back the next day morning so they can see, clean up some more, what have you. But long story short, I noticed there's not enough trash cans at the amphitheater. So I reached out to my cousin, Mr. Reynolds, who's the head of the LDDA, and said, hey, we need some trash cans or whatever. So my concern is he went and got some, but they were like DeKalb County, the green trash cans that we normally use. I was hoping that I would get some, such as some big barrels, something that we could use. So I was very frustrated about that because, we're profiting from the amphitheater. And I was like, okay, I can't get no trash can. That bothered me. That was one. Second thing was, I got a call, I think it was last week. There needs to be some covering over the stage. I don't know if, Renee, did you ask the LDDA for covering for the stage?
Yeah, I put it in an email that I had actually purchased two covers before,
Okay.
and that unfortunately they disappeared for whatever the reason, and wanted to know if I could get some assistance with respect to a third cover, and I could not get it.
Okay, so I was asked, can we purchase some tarp? Is that the word for it, tarp? I guess for them being. So I'm like, okay.
Any way we can secure them?
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm glad you all are here.
And I'm here too.
And you're here too, exactly. So I'm trying to get some dialogue going.
Alright.
How can we get this moving and shaking and get the things that's needed for the amphitheater so it can be what it needs to be? Because it's frustrating. Okay.
Well, I hear that you're frustrated, but I think it's a communication
Mhm.
issue. So, I think Fred took care of the garbage can thing. We thought we had satisfied the issue.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't, we should have heard about it.
Mhm.
And as far as I understand, and I may be speaking out of turn here, but I believe that the plan is for us to replace the stage.
Mhm. That's
So,
what we're doing on.
I wasn't at the particular meeting, but Daryl.
I was there. And Trina was there. I think you was there.
Maxine.
Maxine. Yeah, so we discussing we finding to replace the stage complete. No more wooden stage. We was looking for
Mhm.
aluminum staging. So I don't know. Well, Renee wasn't at the meeting, but that was our last meeting that we discussed that. So I don't know what information you're getting back. But
No, I'm not getting any information back. That's why I wanted to call, wanted to get it on the agenda.
What's your deal, Renee?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So with respect to the stage, we did have a conversation with we talked about looking at a possibility of a grant so that monies would not have to come from the pocket of the LDDA and for the city. We weren't able to get that grant award, but not to say that we could not look at other grants. At one meeting, I do recall Mr. Merriweather did make mention about looking at a stage that bronze of a different type of material. My concern, of course, is even if that stage, if you get the acquisition of that stage, that's fine, but the stage that you have is still usable. So why not preserve what you have, which is why I was asking for the tarp, because we are at that time of the season where the weather is changing. And with changing weather, of course, if it's wood, it is going to wear and tear, which was why I was saying, can we get a third tarp? And I just thought in fairness, since I had made the purchase of two, and we know that they walk off, we tie them down. There are things that are done in order to try and satisfy being there. But I'm just looking at the usage of the stage, even in a different capacity, and I think that was discussed as well with respect to the amphitheater. As it relates to the garbage cans, yes, that was satisfied. We did get some of the large blue barrels. I'm sure as events for whomever may be doing them, as they grow, we will need more garbage cans, but that was satisfied with the garbage cans in the markets.
All right. So the stage has is rotting away. So we can't cover it no more. There's no more that stage. That's why I'll let Maxine.
Okay, Miss Maxine.
So this is the thing, and adding or asking for a tarp as really school, so we can get that. I don't think that's gonna be an issue to do that, but I know the conversation of replacing the stage because you were seeking the grant to do that, so that's why that was researched a little bit more. But if it's a tarp that is needed in the interim until we can get the solution of, because I know we were talking about budget and some numbers were proposed, I don't think that's an issue that can happen. Right off this, sure.
I don't think she's approaching.
They make these
I
big
don't think
tarps.
Renee's approaching.
Yeah, and
I need them from Harvard.
are they being stolen?
She ain't coming here.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm coming here. I don't care what Renee doing.
She comes here more than she
It may be.
I don't think it's fair that we got to purchase stuff and y'all got money in that account to go.
We was gonna approach. She never asked.
You know, of course, we also.
I ain't worried about Renee. I ain't worried about
I
Renee.
know, but I'm saying you hear that, but she never came. She never came.
One of the things that we discussed at the last, maybe the November DDA meeting was security lights
Right.
out there, so that's a big thing.
Really like cameras on.
So we Chief comes to our meeting. He knows all the things that we're discussing, and we also talked about the security. He has an idea for us, a flag, so we're gonna move forward on that. We talked about taking money out of. We was gonna buy the stage to improve it. So Renee, I don't know where this is coming from, but definitely I want you to come to the meetings. Come to the DDA meetings.
I'm not quite sure when you say where this is coming from.
Right.
Let me say something real quick.
Because I was asked to
I
but
put
you have
this
to come
on
to
the
our
agenda.
meeting.
Hold on. I put this on the agenda just so you all know
Okay.
because I'm frustrated. Understand? So it didn't have anything to do with Renee. I called Renee. What was it? A couple of weeks ago. I said, come to the meeting because I want to start afresh. I want to get some dialogue going, through LDDA, the city, so we can figure out how can we upgrade. Because I kept hearing, you stated we need to upgrade, we need to charge more. I keep hearing all that, but in charging more, I felt like we got to fix our house first before we start trying to charge more for something that I don't get that. But yeah.
Email Fred, we don't hear it.
I do. People have sent maybe some questions that may have been asked, so I just always email it back to him.
No, you can email it to the whole group.
Yes.
So, and I understand that, but I'm thinking if one person sends you an email, I just send back. I would think that.
That's an assumption, that's where the lines of miscommunication
Right.
on a regular meeting is happening. So that's like an assumption. So we all could get on the same page, same email trend with no miscommunication and attend meetings so we can move forward with actions and steps. So we all could be on the same page.
I agree with that.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was just listening. I'm outside looking in. It sounds like Mr. Reynolds needs to incorporate everybody in email as well, because it sounds like she's just responding to his email to her. And I hear the communication is broken. So maybe create a group email where,
I agree 100%.
it just needs to be kind of silent.
Now, Fred's good at putting out emails, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, I get the financial reports
Mhm.
in the group.
She just making
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think what else. It was the tarp, the trash cans. As far as the stage, I wasn't aware that y'all was interested in getting a new stage. Thank you for that. Do you have any idea of the time limit? Will it be here before the season start or?
That's what we talked about.
Okay.
That's what we're doing now. That's what the last meeting's about, getting everything prepared for next year. Even increase the price, whatever the
Mhm.
price is gonna be, that's new, all that in place now. That's what we discussed, was it beginning of January or December.
Okay. All right, Councilwoman.
One more question. Because I've been to several concerts, and it's just a question. Any plans on making any alterations or upgrades or what have you to the sound system? Because it has not been kind the last couple concerts. And if I'm paying top dollar for a good seed, I need to hear a good sound system.
This is Renee, right? We don't.
That's Renee.
Sound comes from a different company, and it can vary from company to company. But one of the issues that we have is that because for outside sound, oftentimes we're working with different people who are working with other amphitheaters or other events.
And I
So
need
they
to ask them.
So sometimes that outsource does not even work for what I would like for them to have. But by all means, so that helps me to understand, going back to you, Mr. Andre, and meeting attendance. Anytime that I've not been able to attend a meeting, I have always sent a message to Fred to say, I'm at whatever with my girls, we're not going to finish in time. My apologies, I don't have anything to report. So it seems as if that information is not getting back to you all.
Yeah, and I don't like,
No, it sometimes goes back to just like zero residents.
yeah.
It's not
So
zero presence, the presence is there, but then we started to have a breakdown in communication. And when I would come and it was a constant, what are you doing in order to get people to come to the amphitheater? So, as I've said before, the amphitheater sat dormant for quite some time. The unfortunate part is that when I did come and start to work with the city of Lithonia and looking at the amphitheater, I was coming unfortunately behind someone who did not do honorable business, and I can't say it any better. When you're coming behind mess, you have to clean it up. And that puts me in a position of having to go out and solicit people and to get the trust and confidence that we're going to deliver to them what we say that we're going to do. I also have limitations with the types of events that we are going to honor and have at the amphitheater. There was also communications to me with respect to the number of not-for-profit events. So there are a lot of different factors that go into place with respect to me working to ensure that we're getting positive and consistent foot traffic to the amphitheater every year. If we're working with not-for-profit events and they're coming back every year, then does that mean that we don't allow but 2 or 3, or do we allow them to continue to come? Because I don't think we should put ourselves in a box to say, you know, we're only going to allow 4, and I'm not saying that's what was said to me. You may want to look at some parameters, but when you look at the parameters of saying we allow 2 or 3 of these types of events and then we don't have anything else, it is difficult for me to be able to get people to be willing to pay the $3,000 now fee for rental if it is not a not-for-profit event, because they look at all of the auxiliary charges that they have to consider in order to bring the event together. And that is to include their sound, but whatever else that they need on the basis of security, police, there are certain things that are in place.
Well, we thank you for what you do so far. How did the calendar look for you?
I'll have something in February.
But everything else.
But I have some of the not-for-profit, like the dining, they bought, as soon as they leave on their May date, next thing they leave, they say, we want this date again next year. As soon as, you know, if you have those, the students without mothers, they're wanting to come back next year. So yes, we do have some of those calendar dates when we've been in communication on the subject. So in February, I'm sure people will start to look and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, but, and I've had some people call about some dates in April, but the type of event that they're wanting to do is not one that we're willing to afford them to do.
Well, I'm gonna say this in public, so everybody will know what I think, but, you know, when you rent the facility all day, which I'm against, I think it ought to be an evening concert series type thing, all day to a nonprofit, and the DDA makes $1,500, I think that's not good business. And so if you keep doing this, that's what we're gonna be. I mean, where else in the Atlanta area can these people go and have an event somewhere for $1,500? It's just, I think we need to raise our prices, and if they can't pay them, then, which I think they can.
Excuse me, I thought we changed that all-day thing. I thought we broke that up until
No, we did.
6
Some
hours.
of us would like to.
Did we talk about,
That was the back part.
that was the back part?
Hold on.
So we have an event that happens in May with the Guyanese Festival. That starts at 12 noon and it ends at 8 o'clock. But they are, of course, at the venue the entire day, but that doesn't include their sound check, their setup. So it is loud. I mean, there's no getting around that.
But I thought we fixed that as far as putting a fee, and when they come in to set up, if they're taking access to the park.
That was to the back of the park.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're saying the amphitheater, they're there from 12 to 8
Or
for
10.
1,500 or 10, for 1,500.
All right. So I think that definitely we gotta bring that back up in the
Well,
LTA.
yeah, well, if there's a problem with the fee, you're not really setting that. Is it council that?
No.
setting? No,
That's
you're
a
setting-
relationship between them and her. We have nothing to do with that. Only the back of the park. Only the back of the park.
Okay, got you.
We need to discuss that LDA. So the next meeting is, instead of this,
Well,
it could be
yeah,
all
if that's a
that.
concern, and y'all setting a fee.
Well, on the agenda is Lithonia Amphitheater. So to me, we're free to talk about whatever.
Oh,
It's
okay.
regarding Lithonia Amphitheater. Is there anything else?
That's one of the things that the LGA tries to put in place is to increase the fee, so it makes sense, and also other items that need to be fixed. Part of that will assist with that versus just on saying, having an all-day event for less than $100 an hour.
So that's the meeting that you guys gonna be setting up to
We
No,
have
we're
to meet.
try to
trying
rectify.
to propose, right, on our speaker, well, that she said $3,000.
We already put it together.
It's already
She
a done
wasn't
deal?
there. Yeah, Miss she wasn't at the meeting.
Oh, she was with the girls.
Okay. Did I get a question over here? You okay? Okay. All right. I got a question, and then I'm going to end the discussion. I remember, Miss Renee, you came before us about the stage. I think it was T-Mobile. It was a grant or whatever.
That's what we weren't awarded.
Okay. Did they say why?
They didn't. They didn't
Okay.
say why, but they did say for this ground, which means it gives you an opportunity to go back in. So they may have had a number of
Okay.
entries and we just weren't chosen.
Okay.
T-Mobile is thinking about being a sponsor again for next year, and that would also help. But if conversation is being made in order to purchase a stage, then those monies would possibly be better suited in a different realm. So for me, I just like to be very, I'm very black and white with respect to communication. So then if the stage is going to be purchased, then I would probably ask the LDA if we are going to look at any sort of grants, because when the grant conversation was discussed, I did get some pushback in, well, we don't have to get a grant. We have the money, we can buy. And while you may have the funding, my thing is more or less you can utilize the funding for something else if we're able to get the grant. So if it is that the LDDA does not want to seek grants or does not want someone to seek grants, then as it is, it's a lot of work as well.
I think I missed that meeting.
A lot, I think
You said what?
I think we missed that.
That course of time,
I
what
don't.
was said to me was, why are you looking for a grant?
Hmm.
We can repair the stage and you get the measurements for me. We can, yeah, it may not have been there, but it was.
Repair or replace?
I think it was. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. You know, I stick up for things, but I don't remember that. But definitely, we was going to take care of it for this year. So wait for the grant or not, we were going to take care of it. So you know that grant has been around for a couple of years. We're not getting it, so the LDA was definitely. Well, you know, we was going to do it anyway. So I was never heard that say don't do a grant. We don't need the money, but we're going to move forward to make the amphitheater better for the coming season. That's why we're going to go ahead, no matter what, and have that stage ready. Grant or not, we're moving forward. So I don't know if somebody said that.
And this past year, we repaired the roof, added air conditioning in the back, upgraded the bathrooms. I mean, it's not fancy, don't get me wrong, but, I've been behind the scenes at the Fox, it's not fancy back there either. So, there's, I would say that it's not like we're not doing anything.
Got you. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's all I had for the amphitheater. Anyone has anything else while we were talking? Okay. All right. When is your next meet? Oh,
Certainly not to everybody, we appreciate you today, so whatever miscommunication or anything like that, we appreciate your efforts and we look forward to accommodating 2024 see this, get to communicate.
Right.
I love that idea about the email chain, and I'd be more than happy to start that tonight and shoot it out to everybody really kind of great.
okay. All right. When is the next LDDA meeting? Tuesday. Okay. And y'all meet here, right? Is it 5:30? 5:30. Okay. All right. Huh? Tuesday. It's
Tuesday,
is that the 9th? Yeah.
January the 9th at 5:30.
Here at City Hall. Mhm. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
I'm gonna be there. Don't be.
You coming up?
Write it down.
We got some
All
more
right.
people.
Moving forward, we have holiday and meeting calendars. Our city clerk, Miss Ashley, come forward. Good evening.
So as discussed at our work session last meeting, I have presented you all with the calendar for our council meetings, work sessions, and also our holidays in which City Hall will be closed. So at this time, I'm asking for a vote to approve or for us to revisit, however you all would like to proceed.
January 13th now.
Your birthday?
What?
I'm listening.
All right, Christmas
No.
Day is Wednesday.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Day after Christmas is Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Why they need to come back on Friday?
That is completely up to y'all. I know that in municipal government, we only give 2 days, I believe.
Ashley,
But we
Ashley
do
love-
not have to be here.
I know
I would
Ashley love
love-
to be here.
I
That's
sure
the
would not.
main-
So if you would like to make that edit, if you all would like to include that date as well, I can make that
I
adjustment.
mean, it's so slow during the holiday with Christmas. It's like nothing is, nobody is coming here.
Do they have to use vacation time or holiday time in order to have those days? Like, if you say give them Friday, do I have to have vacation time in order to take that?
No,
Friday?
you all
Did we
can-
pay for it?
You can all implement that it's a city paid holiday. You all can, these are all city paid holidays. So if you would like to add that Friday to the list, that's possible.
I honestly feel Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's just, it doesn't make sense to me to come in on Friday.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. if you want.
Okay, let me keep looking.
When you do include with the addition of Friday the 27th.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's normal.
Independence Day.
Independence Day on Thursday, 4th of July. What do y'all feel about Independence Day?
If it's on a Thursday, I feel the same way you feel about Thanksgiving. That the one makes it on Friday.
Can't form on Thursday.
Like just because it fall on a Friday.
It's all year. It's a training situation. How
I think it's a thing.
All right, what's your thoughts, council? Look at Independence Day, Thursday, July 4th. Do you want to let them come back in on July 5th or just take Thursday and Friday for the holiday?
Or should it be both, or should it be either or?
the holiday on Thursday.
It doesn't matter, either or mean Friday, December 27th, or Friday, July the 5th. That's
Oh,
the
that's
either
what you
or.
mean.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't.
You like to choose which one?
What you saying? You choose one of those? Is that what you
Yeah,
saying?
oh, you like your both Friday? I mean, it's just an option.
Yeah.
It could be both Fridays, or it could be either one of the Fridays. But if you pick both, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there for thought.
I
If you
say
didn't-
both.
If you didn't say
That's
one.
just me.
Is it
That's y'all.
really hectic after the 4th of July? Because I know that's like,
So last 4th of July is my first one here. I can't really even remember because I had just started in May. So everything was moving pretty fast. The day 4th of July weekend, are we typically busy?
you said no? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you know the
Officers is gonna be here, but
Yeah.
we're talking about
Officers
here
yes,
and
but
here.
this is City Hall.
Yeah, this
Yeah, your City Hall.
the officer is
staff.
gonna be here.
Well, I'm open to whatever you guys.
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday for 4th of July and Christmas. Okay. All right. Whenever you all want to make a motion, and with those amendments, please.
I motion to approve the holiday schedule, including Fridays, July the 5th, and Friday, December 27th, in addition to our city calendar.
All right. Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Ayes have it.
Okay.
And you have those changes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. What is the next thing? I believe it's our vendor permit discussion, conversation. So you all have a copy of our vendor permit currently in front of you. At the work session, I brought up some concerns I had with our requests for 2-inch photos, which we are not currently utilizing at all. And then also to get a general consensus on how you all would like to price our vendor permits. Right now, they are $35. If anyone asks, they're $35. But on our application, it states that there's a $25 application fee, but the bare minimum for a vendor permit is $35. I think that's a bit confusing. People aren't sure, like, well, is it just $25 or what makes the extra $10? I just want to kind of get a clear consensus as to how y'all want to. It's $35. It's been $35 to my knowledge since I've been here.
Can you rehash that with your suggestions were at the time?
Yes.
To clarify, since
So-
you're working with it daily, you know?
My suggestion was to do away with the request for the photos because, like I stated, they have not been used. From what I understand, at least in the last couple years, they have not been used, even though they're requested. And as far as the price, I would suggest that we keep it at just $35 flat for any vendor permit, not splitting it up with an application fee and then a maybe. Just make it clear cut across the board, $35. In research, I found most municipalities charge either a yearly fee for their vending that goes $75 to $150, and then some places like municipalities our size, Pine Lake, for example, I believe it is, they charge $25 a day or $35 if it's only one day. So that's pretty much in line with what we have.
Okay, so $35 a day
Yes, ma'am.
or 25 if it's multiple days?
Yes, that's the way theirs is structured.
Okay, and then go back to the vending. I got the part about the photo, and but you said the other part.
So in other cities, like the city of Stonecrest, if I'm not mistaken, they're vending, they don't have many vending opportunities listed on their website for me to kind of dig into. But what I did see is they have a vending fee for a year if you have certain events or during their events, and that is priced at, I believe, $75. The one for Stone Mountain, however, their yearly fee is priced at $150.
Okay, so my question a little bit, maybe, I don't know if I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, so you said there was a application fee.
Our application fee states that it's $25 for a vendor for a vendor permit.
$25 for the vendor permit.
That's flat based our application fee. But from the time that I've been here and all the research I've done, it's been $35.
Okay, so it's the application fee and then it's a vendor fee. Are you talking about the same thing? It's confusing to me.
Yes. So when you look at the application, that very last page,
Where we at?
that very last page of the
Say
vendor
35.
Yeah, right here.
was that last page.
Mhm.
At the very top, it says vendor fee for a single event, $35. And then once you go down to the breakdown, it says $25 application fee.
Oh, yeah.
So what other $10?
So where's the other $10 coming from? And that is a common, well, now I won't say a common question. It's a question for me, looking at our documents and trying to see how we move forward, streamline some of the confusion. If we just make it a clear flat fee,
I'm sorry.
as it's been charged a flat fee, that's
I
fine.
just thought that our flat fee was 25. That included the application and the application.
And my 7 months to be here, that flat fee has been $35.
Do y'all recall? Because I recall 25. Because we talked about that.
I
So
think we
paying
went up.
$35,
I think we went up to 35.
And the form just didn't
Uh-huh.
get updated, that's all it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I think we went up to $35.
And the time I've been here, and I've asked a couple times, okay, so where's the $10 difference kind of stemming from? It's just been $35.
Somebody didn't change it, because I think we went
Okay.
up to $35.
So we can make that change official. That's why I wanted to talk to you all. So are we all okay or pretty much in consistency that $35 for our vendor application fee is fine, just a
And
flat
that
fee?
includes the farmer's market.
Yes, that includes the farmer's market. That's any vendor permit that comes through our city is just a flat fee of $35. And then I need you all to give me a consensus on, you want to keep the photos or are we doing away with the
What's other
photos?
option?
At this point, we have not used them. We do require that everybody submit their identification with their vendor application. So we have their ID on file if we need to know exactly who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But there's been a request for these 2 photos. I have no idea
Wow,
why.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
We,
passport
saved the
photos,
trees,
basically.
take
We're
them off.
asking people to go
Two-
get
two by
passport
two
photos to
photos.
turn in with the
But we probably
application.
wasn't trusting folks at that time.
But it doesn't
sure.
say 2x2 photos of what?
Right.
What you want photos of?
Yeah, that should be clarified if we are asking for
Right,
photos.
right, so that's why we had said take it off, because we couldn't even tell you
Photos of what?
Right. So the photos that we are requesting, that we should be requesting, is the person that's doing the application.
Yes,
Right.
and I get their ID with the application. So I didn't see, and because they have clearly not have me, it's very hot. I have not seen them utilized in the 7 months I've been here, and previous to me being here, I have not seen them being
So we don't
utilized.
even know who the
So
photos are.
I'm not sure why we're requesting them. Why?
I'm not hot.
Yeah.
If you-
Okay, so
I
Miss
don't
Renee has a
smell
little insight as to why those photos were being
I
requested.
don't smell it. Been eating peppermints.
Why?
So with respect to the vendors
Is it my
and the
perfume?
pictures, sometimes unfortunately, we would have some vendors who may not have been unwilling. And they may just say, oh, I'm going to come and vend X, Y, and Z, and then they send someone who is not really a part of the business. But typically what has happened with us over time is we get the same vendors all the time.
Yes, we do.
So we know those faces, we know the.
We do have
people who are
pretty steady
coming.
regular
But I
vendors.
think it was one of those, if, in case it, if you ever had the health department or somebody come by, they would be able to say, okay, this is the person, I'm looking for Miss Diane, and then Miss Renee is standing there, and they're like,
Yeah, I thought it was something like that, the reason we was requesting, it. Something wasn't quite right.
Yeah, so that's.
So I guess the communication wasn't concrete, because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
On paper.
and then if somebody wanted, like if somebody was a vendor and they have two pictures, then either one of those people can come
Right,
and then.
right. So if I do an event, be it at Lithonia or anywhere, and someone is vending, I do ask them to provide photographs of me, of their team, whoever's going to be there, so that we can just have it,
Yeah,
if, in the event that we need it, which is why we try and keep those teams kind of concise and tight. And I will say that with respect to that $35 variance, I think after the first event that I did with you guys, I did make a suggestion that I felt that the $25 was too low.
So that's how we got to $35.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It went up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The paperwork just went up. It's
Yeah.
like the paperwork was not, but I was like, you all should at least
Did y'all
ask
keep
for
that?
Yeah,
$35.
yeah, just turned it off. Lord Jesus.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
that
It just hit me.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we will proceed however you all would like.
Okay, so it kind of makes sense now that Ms. Renee explained it, because that's what I was thinking, that we had the extra pictures in case there was a team of folks and other people, so if one person went to the bathroom, somebody else is minding the table and somebody helped them come, or this is one of the people that's part of that team. You said you never used them.
No,
But,
I had not.
Well, we never really checked to see who was doing what, who was rendering, because I've seen some tables set up, just popped up. I don't know.
Yeah, it pop up all over.
Yeah,
But how we know they didn't pay a vendor fee?
because they probably was in somebody's establishment.
Do they
I'm just saying.
do they get a certificate or anything?
They do get permits, a physical
It should be
permit,
posted.
and it should be posted with their
Table.
table or tent. Yes.
Okay, so
So they do.
that's enough. I guess.
So I guess like the only thing we're saying is just that whatever ID they submit, they can submit another backup one, whoever's with them.
Okay. If they had more, if they plan to have more than one person at their
Right.
table, yes, that's so we can require that.
You know, reword it.
Mm-hmm.
So if necessary, we should say.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have to do it, but if it's necessary to
Do you
have.
want to ask for photos, or would you like for their identifications to be submitted as well?
Yeah, I do.
So just ask for ID of who will be manning the table and any additional persons that may be there.
Yeah.
So
We can
if
make
I
that change.
dance from you and I pay 35 for my business, and I send you an ID of myself and my daughter, and the day comes, and my daughter can't come, I got to bring one of my male cousins with me. What's the downside?
I wouldn't say that there's necessarily a downside, but who is
Who's
we would
manning
need,
it? Like,
we would need to figure out.
I'm just trying to make sure we're not doing unnecessary stuff.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So
Right,
I
the
guess at that
tables.
point
I just
we
really
would
care
ask,
about who's getting the permit and who has the safe serve or who has the license. And who
and I want to also just stress really quick. Any vendor that comes to the city of Lithonia, Ms. Renee has had conversation and has granted them permission to be a part of our event. She does not allow just anybody to take
Right.
place and vend at our event.
That's
So
what
I'm
saying.
a bit more trusting when they come in, because the first thing I ask when they, even if they call, have you spoke with Miss Renee? because typically she's manning our events and she's over the vendor selection and she's giving them the yes or the no.
So are we
So-
are we licensing the table or are we licensing the people to vend?
Licensing the
If
business.
if you
Yes.
licensing the
We're
table,
licensing
the
the actual-
business,
Yes,
then it really doesn't matter what the picture look like. does
Right.
it? Because the table
You
the
has,
table is the
it's
table.
That's what I'm
permitted.
saying, it's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
redundant.
so,
like, you
okay,
don't
so
need
if we're gonna look at it that way, we're gonna put the permit on the table,
Mhm.
and the table is
That
paid
permit,
for.
yes,
It doesn't really matter who comes to stand behind there.
yes, ma'am.
That's why I say take it off.
Okay, let's do that then.
We'll take the photo requirement off
Take
and
the
make
photo
the flat fee of $35.
Sounds good to me.
So it's still with the license, right?
Yes, they still have to submit an ID. That's
Just
not
the
optional.
One
Yeah.
who's responsible.
The identification is not
Yeah.
optional. Yes.
These people get
Wait,
sick.
I'm sorry,
Mhm.
y'all confused me just then. So I get that they have to have the certificate
Mm-hmm.
out there in the open.
Yes.
But you're saying that if they show up and let's just say the person becomes sick or ill or whatever, then what are you going off of? Only that thing, but you say you have to still submit the ID.
So when they do the applications, they submit identification. The owner of the business submits identification with the application. At that point, that is what we have as far as this is the business owner. If anything goes awry, left, right, this is who we're going to.
Okay.
So-
But they don't have to be present.
Correct. And I
Okay.
don't think it's a way for us to kind of manage who's present once we give that permit.
Okay.
So it's kind of, we're relying on, okay, we have your application, your information, and your identification. If anything goes left, you are who is responsible.
I got you now.
So if we're not going to change our identification requirements. They have to submit identification. I just want to make it clear that we're not going to be requesting photos, multiple photos, so on and
Okay,
so
I
forth.
got it.
Alrighty then.
All right, I'm ready for a vote when you all are. Yeah, we voting on that.
Just for $35?
To make any changes to the application, I asked for council vote
Vote
because
now.
we could get some pushback to say who gave me permission. In other words.
Somebody wanna go?
Well, I would like, I'm making a motion,
Mhm.
motion to update the business
Vendor.
the vendor permits to exclude the additional 2 photos and to also correct the pricing for the application to $35. All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right.
Second.
Yeah, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you. All right, moving forward, you got one more, you got 2 more to go.
I got 2 more.
Business license.
I'm with y'all for a while tonight.
All right.
So our next one is our business licenses. That one was a bit more in depth because we have kind of figured out that things have not been processed the way that we have deemed them to be processed, or said that they should be processed over the last few years. I did do a little bit of research because I remember Ms. Howard mentioning that letters went out stating and telling business owners, that their fees would change soon. I did not find that letter, but I did.
Howard said that.
I said it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor Reynolds. I apologize.
I requested it to be, but
For
now,
everything.
well, now what?
Yeah,
If it
but
was
I-
done, I just did.
Yeah, I cannot find
Yeah.
that letter. But
I
what I
asked for
did
that.
find in January 2021 was that something was sent to business owners that explained that occupational tax, business taxes, would be based on NAICS codes and additional information. That was sent to all business owners January 2021. That's about as much as I could find in terms of our correspondence with the public. Now, what I've asked you all is for permission to now process them the correct way, based on their.
It was like subtle shade.
I'm sorry, not to be shady, but to say what needs to be said, they were not done correctly.
They need to be done correctly.
And based on the codes that were previously used, we lost a considerable amount of money
Yeah.
over the years. So I'm asking permission to process them this year the correct way. Some of our citizens will see no change. Some of them will see a considerable change. That is going to vary. I know we won't make everybody happy with this decision, but we need to know what direction we're going to go in going forward.
Yeah, the city needs to grow.
So there are options for you all. You guys can give me the permission to go ahead and process them as our application says we're going to process them, with our application fee still being $50, which is relatively low as we discussed before. We could make changes to our application fee and make that larger and proceed maybe with the way that they were processed and just provide information to our business owners saying, hey, this is the last year. Next year, things will change, or you all can leave everything as such for this year and provide communication and decide to take steps for next year. I understand we are kind of late in the game. We are in the middle of renewal season. So some of this is gonna,
When is it?
so based on the information I found in our records from our city, January 31st is the deadline for them to submit their applications. There is a 10% late fee every month after, and also a $100 late fee, including 10% for every additional month that it is late up until May. Yes, ma'am.
I think we should proceed with the correction and move the deadline up. Instead of the deadline being the 31st, if we could do that, could we increase the deadline? At least give us 30 days.
Yeah, we can waive the deadline this year completely if you all would like to do that and not.
We don't want them doing it in July.
True,
Okay,
but
so
extending.
give them at least 30 days.
Yes,
What they
ma'am.
would normally have.
I
So
was
if we
suggesting
go
that
from the 15th to the 15th, at least give 30 days in order for them. So
Okay.
it'll even be more than 30 days.
I was going to suggest that we give them until May, honestly.
And then increase, okay.
Because
Whatever.
again, we're impacting some business owners. Mayor Shepherd Mayor Pro Tem Shepherd made a point last time. Some of these businesses have budgeted a certain amount of money for certain things. I don't want to hit them in January and say, hey, you owe us an additional $300 this year, and I need it in 15 days.
Okay, so
So I was going to say maybe May 1st, make that the deadline.
I like
Okay.
that line.
Yeah, May 1st sounds good. And then we were going to increase the other fee, the
admin fee.
Admin
I think
fee
you do need to increase that.
to 150. Did we say 150?
We didn't give a.
Did we toss around no figure?
I don't
But,
remember.
well, where are we
So I will say Stonecrest is at 125, Pine Lake is at 180, Stone Mountain is at 130. And those are the, and we're at 50.
at?
I think it needs to be increased. I'm just curious
Yeah.
to hear what y'all say it needs to be increased to. 150.
Is there a difference for nonprofits? Did we ever talk about that?
Nonprofit businesses, yes, they do not pay based on NACS codes. They pay
But they
our
still
admin
submit
fee.
admin.
Yes, they'll pay our admin fee and based on their number. Well, no, not even the employees. They only pay our admin fee.
Okay, 150.
But shouldn't that
But they have to
be
provide,
regular for-profits?
I'm sorry?
Shouldn't that be regular for-profits?
I have not seen that done across the board. It is,
Now
it
if they
seems to
can
be
waive
standard for
everything else,
everyone.
though.
It's
That's
standard
all
for
they pay.
everyone. The admin fee is standard for everyone. But they do get a considerable reprieve as a nonprofit. They only pay the admin fee. Yes, this is a vote. Because we have to change some documents and how we charging our stakeholders. So I need a vote.
We're doing it in the same year.
I motion to increase the admin fee to $150.
Is there a second?
Wait.
Hold
I got the
on.
deadline too.
I need the
and
admin
move the-
fee, the deadline, and am I proceeding to process business licenses the way that we intend them to be processed on this application?
And we're moving the deadline date to May 1st, increase the admin fee to 150 and process the applications the correct way.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Again, I got a discussion. So the admin fee is plus the business license, right?
Yes.
Jesus
That's gonna
Christ.
be very high.
You got to pay.
Do y'all have
Farmers.
businesses? Y'all have
So like
businesses?
five.
And I
think
will
I'm gonna
say,
I've been paying
But we cannot stay stagnant
yeah.
because there's other people that's getting away with murder.
I will say that this is, your business license is based on your gross income, your gross receipts for your estimated gross receipts for your
No,
year.
and I get that. But I was talking about just the admin fee. And so
Okay.
that's something that is flat and given to every business across.
That's correct.
So that's something that should not be as high.
Okay.
I get that based on the NAIC and the gross, like that's reasonable
Mhm.
to me as a business owner.
Mhm.
But with the admin fee going from $50 all the way to 150, that's like over half, like that's over 50% increase. So is it right to do that on top of
Yes.
them now doing it this way?
Yes.
I mean, we all have a vote. We all have a
Yes,
vote,
we
you
are.
know,
We are way
and we
behind.
all may not agree, so it's up to you guys, it sounds like.
Is that the norm or
I'm sorry.
is that the norm?
She just gave you
Yes.
Pine Lake. Pine Lake is 180. She just gave you Stonecrest. Stonecrest is what, 135, 125. So
And then
I'm.
that's on top of their grocery receipts and so on.
I mean, y'all not ready.
Well, I would
vote
say
this shit.
in cities like Pine Lake, theirs is 180, I believe, but they do not do grocery receipts. So
Y'all
they
not ready to go.
Pine Lake does not go based on Nexus codes or grocery receipts. They ask for 180 admin fee, and then any employee that you employ, they charge you an additional $30 per employee.
So that's significantly lower than what we're about to do.
It depends on the business. If you have a business and you're only paying the 180 for your admin fee and you only have 2 employees, then that's an additional $60. You're still coming in under $300 for your business license.
But the percentage too. Then,
They
right?
don't
Is that only
do
for
grocery
sales or
receipts.
just what?
Pine Lake does not do grocery
No, I
receipts.
mean,
Oh, for us, we are grocery receipts, and it's Nexus code only if you make over $20,000. If you project that you're going to make over $20,000 that year, then we do your next codes. If you are under $20,000, then it's your admin fee, your number of employees. That is it.
Is it retail sales or just gross of a business?
That's gross of your business. We are asking for estimated gross receipts of your business for that year.
You gotta look at Wayfield.
And that's how they
trucking
work?
companies.
Gross of your business?
That's what we're losing.
Yes, it is gross of your business.
And what's
What
the
you,
percentage?
if you make over $20,000, then you are doing your percentage, and I believe it's it's like 0.0005.
I believe
Do
it.
that again.
And if I look at Wayfield's application for last year, they paid they paid $168 for their business license. They paid an additional $800 for their alcohol license. They should have paid $3,200 for their business license.
And they paid what again?
168.
Yeah, y'all.
I had 3 businesses in unincorporated cab, and I paid according to gross receipts. So I'm not just putting that out there like I wouldn't be paying it. If I still was in business, I would be paying it too, because I was already paying it in DeKalb County.
That's fine.
It's,
You guys
it's
already-
Oh, y'all
discussion.
in discussion?
We're in discussion.
We're in discussion, so the motion's been made.
Any other
Make some
discussion? All right, all in favor?
Uh,
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it.
All right, and I think the last thing, what do I have?
Name it of the resource. center.
Yes, that is our last thing. And that throws right back to you all. Mayor Pro Tem Shepherd, if you would like to head that one up, you guys can, I think you came to a consensus on the name last time. You guys decided, and it was a good name.
Lithonia Resource
And
and
Achievement.
Achievement Center.
So we just need to put it on an official vote, and then that will be the name we move forward with.
So Lithonia Resource and Achievement Center.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a motion.
No, I'll
We
make
had
one.
time to go. What?
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to officially name our Resource Center Lithonia Resource and Achievement Center.
All right, is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you for your work.
City Hall building repairs, Chief.
I'm done.
She took your spot. Don't be, she don't care paying up.
I think you should have both the quotes. Yeah.
City Hall.
So I know it's been discussed and talked about several times about our entranceways. This one right here, coming into the door, it's cracking. The actual ADA ramp is out of compliance. This one over here, you'd have to look at it. The awning has water stuck in it, so all the paint is hanging down like this. It's like waiting for somebody just to pop it, and all the water is going to come down. Because apparently there's a crack in the concrete awning that's allowing the water just to sit in there. So we put the new floodlights up. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see. When you go outside, it should be a lot brighter. people have said they can see it coming down Main Street from Tri-Cities. The big spotlights, the can lights, he's just waiting, I think, for a few more to come in. Those are the ones that'll shine down where every window is, and on the side of the buildings, they'll go down the wall of the building. So we do have 2 quotes here. Go ahead. Yes.
The can lights that's getting put in, they won't be affected by any construction we agree on with it.
This? No,
Yeah.
no. That,
I was just in my
that the
head,
can
like,
lights were already approved. That was we approved.
no. I mean, where they are, in respect to where they are, if we do some type of repairs or construction to both sides, it won't.
No.
I hate for us to waste money getting the can lights.
No. So the can lights only go where these you see where these
windows
there's
are.
long windows on the front, and then they go. There's like 3 on the side,
Okay.
just a light at the side. So, so there's 2 different quotes here, and I know they're significantly different, but that's because
I don't see.
They're like a couple $100 different.
no, they're
$1,000.
so if you see the one that says all concrete materials $12,554. That's this one.
But it say that the total price is $27,764.
No, that's number 6. Metal handrail and entry, it's 2005.
No.
You talking about this one? I think?
$27,764
Mhm.
right here. in the
Oh
book.
yeah.
And this one says $26,000.
Yeah.
So they're like $1,000 difference.
Oh, so he did have. Never mind. He told me
It
something.
just
different.
went down, like-
Yeah,
it
he
just went-
he
wrote
actually
another
told me
addendum
something
to
different, but I guess he added it in because he just finally sent this to me today.
This is
You
a man
write
that
this?
wrote this?
Huh?
A man wrote this?
I've
never seen
He
such
wrote
approval. Wow.
Approved off the handwriting. Here we go.
Right.
Yeah. So basically what these are for is it'll be to fix the walkways, to redo the concrete on both sides of the walkways. So all this concrete coming in this side to fix the awnings. The awnings, he actually said this one is in really good shape. It just needs to kind of be stripped and resealed and then repainted. This one, he says he would have to fix a little bit of cracking, and that pipe that goes in the side, he would have to fix that as well because that's what's leaking into the concrete. So that includes to fix both those. Then to pressure wash the whole entire building, and then also paint the awning that is faded around the top of the building. Okay, so
Would that be a different color?
Is our logo on it?
logo, we don't have a logo on it. We have a sign on this side right here. We don't have a logo. We just have a logo on the door. We can visit looking at it. That'd be a sign guy that we'd have to look at.
So can it be a different color?
It could be.
If that's okay, if we're gonna vote on this, I would love.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't have
So-
a bearing on color.
What?
What? So
What color the awning?
all phases have 27,764, but then they got 25,75 at the bottom.
I think that's because he didn't have enough room to write number 6 under number 5.
Oh,
That's,
Well,
that's
so
what I
it's
thought she was
included.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
number 6, and then that's
Yeah.
the amount right there.
But on the so you got to be careful now, because on the contrary it says, I'm just messing with y'all, but it said drawing specification provided for the above work and completed in substantial work manner. So
Okay, so
that line, everything above it's legal.
I'll confirm that.
Right.
And if this is the one approved, we won't go with it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But
You got to watch contracts.
So basically, the thought behind this is, and I know we've talked about this. We want to try to get everybody to kind of conform and upgrade their buildings and kind of upgrade even like the blight buildings and stuff like that. But I think if we start in our own house and we start making our building look nice and we change things around here, then we have a leg to stand on to get other people to do the same. Now, the other thing I do want to mention is SPLOST ends. SPLOST 1, the one we're in now, it ends the end of March. April 1 begins SPLOST 2. So just to throw it out there, we have $840,000 in SPLOST that we need to allocate towards projects. 76,000 minus the 11, so we got roughly 64,500 in facility upgrades. Okay, that's what this would come out of, would be the facility upgrade. So it would allow us to upgrade the facility. I will also be coming back to you after I've been working with the attorneys to look at allocating some funds from transportation, which we have like $450,000 in transportation. We don't have $450,000 worth of projects that we need to be doing between now and the end of March. I don't even know if we could even get that scheduled. But if we took a little bit of the SPOS from transportation, I mean, just a little bit, and put it towards facility upgrades or another category, then we can allocate some of those funds not only towards that parking lot we've been talking about doing, but we can allocate it towards other things that the city owns, i.e. building amphitheater, Masonic Lodge, which that would have to be looked at. I mean,
Masonic Lodge, but we have
Cool,
the-
Masonic Lodge.
Old City Hall.
City Hall.
I mean, even Public Works, we've even talked about needing a bigger fence to extend that fence out and even get them actual internet and have them stop operating off of a MiFi box because that thing, yeah.
They just been in that building.
So that's another project I'm going to bring at another date. But this right now, I just wanted to get a decision on either one. We had, I think, 5 people over the past 6 months come out and look at this. We've only gotten 2 quotes from these 2 people.
Okay, I was gonna ask, where's the third one?
Yeah, no, we had 4 in one day. They all were standing out here doing it. And actually, matter of fact, we just got these. Well, this one he sent about 2 weeks ago, but it was encrypted, so we couldn't see it because he sent it through his Square app. This one he finally sent today. The other 2, 3, 4, we didn't get a quote from. Munson even called, I think, 3 or 4 other ones 6 months ago, and we still never got nothing. R&R, which we've used several times, we asked them, they never turned nothing in. So both are good. I've heard great things about this one from a reference that does a lot of construction around the city. He spoke very highly of this guy. And when he came out, he was the one that measured and realized that we're at an ADA compliance with our ramp. So he knew that. So whatever council's pleasure is.
You know this one?
And who's this one?
Which one?
This one is Shepherd.
Oh, no. This one's not related to you. He just forwarded us the quote.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
I
No.
was saying anyway.
No. Yeah, no. This isn't his business. We kept having a hard time getting a quote from this guy because it was like encrypted or something. So he just forwarded us what he had.
So both of them was encrypted. This one was encrypted.
No.
And this one, and then he wrote this one.
No. 2 different quotes.
I know they are, but he said
We
he
just
had
got that
problem
one today.
getting This one.
Yeah, we just got
Because
that
it was
one.
encrypted, so
No,
he had to have
that
it.
one
This
was-
one was encrypted.
So the name of his business is inner city development.
Now, so this guy know how to work a computer? Or it may be a computer font.
No,
I was thinking that, but I saw the
It's
line
not.
down here,
That's
so.
fair.
Yeah, it's really.
I
It's
know it could be, huh?
I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
Sure
really
is
talking about
perfect.
if the person wrote it or put it on the computer.
Mhm.
That could be somebody. That
It's
could
like architectural handwriting or something.
So whichever
Let
one.
me ask a question.
Mhm.
And it's probably
never know,
pertaining
huh?
to us doing business further.
I know
Can
somebody
we
could
start
write.
asking these companies for references?
Mhm.
And they can give us references of projects they've done or contact that we can. Maybe we should start asking for references because I be listening and I know I'm still kind of a new person. We be talking about, oh, they did work for us on this. They don't mean they gonna do good work on this project because the scope of work be different. But sometimes the references will help.
So what I've
Because we don't do these things called sanction checks on these people. Meaning we're not going to see if people got lawsuits against them. So references may help us moving forward. Just talk.
a lot of times what I do is, well, over the past couple times, especially with like DAF doing the stormwater or the sinkhole, I actually talk to people who use them. Just to say, like, that's exactly what I did with this one. I actually spoke to Kelvin and just said, hey, we're having a hard time getting people. We call them, we're not getting no answer, or they're saying, yeah, we'll come out. They don't come out. Who do you have, or who do you know that does this type of work? And he just, hey, sent 4 people out here. We talked to them. I actually walked with them when they went around just to see what they're talking about. This guy really didn't say much to me. He just gave a quote.
Which one?
No, this one right here.
You never really saw him.
I saw him, but it was kind of
You didn't
like,
like how he moved.
yeah, this one right here, he actually brought a measuring tape out. Like,
That
measure,
matters.
like
What
he
you
made,
mean
I mean,
actually
to me,
brought
it
a-
matters because he was measuring and he was like, checking the grade of the ramp and everything. He was like, yeah.
That matters.
But how can you give a quote if you didn't measure nothing?
That matters, because even probably in our personal life, when somebody does some contract work with us, you just come to my house and be like, okay, 26,000. Basically, let me measure this, look.
Yeah.
I know you,
Mhm.
in my mind, I feel like you're a little bit more invested in doing the right thing and giving me a good project. I ain't cool with nobody just coming not doing no specs.
Who did the work down there on that corner where the fire hydrant had the
DAF.
They did a good job.
Yeah, they're the ones that they're kind of like when we had that emergency on Kelly Street. I called the mayor about when the storm sewer busted and DeKalb had to come out and fix it. They came out. We had to call them because we are in charge of the stormwater. They came out within like 24, 48 hours and redid that whole storm drain for us.
Is the sinkhole fixed?
The sinkhole, they have to wait for it to warm up before they can put the asphalt down. Because if not, it's just going to go.
You said somebody referred these people to us, so that means the person that referred them has done work with them before. Was it another municipality or was it like a private?
A contractor.
Another contractor used them?
So
Yeah, another, he uses them for everything. Like, if it was my choice, I like these guys. They were very knowledgeable. They came out, they measured. They actually showed me what was wrong. This one just came out, walked around the building, and said, "Oh yeah, I'll get you a quote."
So by your reference.
So we can ensure things, instead of going by whim. Of course, if they show they have insurance, right?
Mhm.
But they also could get a bond for the work. So if they don't do the work, we could charge that bond and take that money back. If something happened, and, contractors come to me all the time. The bond's like $200, for 50,000 if you want it. And at least they'll have a work bond for the city. I think we should put that in the contracts,
That's fine. Yeah, we
Get
can
a
do that.
bond, next time. So.
What's the estimated
but-
time of completion?
Oh yeah, time of
Educate.
completion. That's important.
Educate me.
Yeah.
If a contractor is licensed and bonded,
Right.
why would he have to do another bond?
If you don't have a bond,
Yeah,
you
if
could
you're
ask
not
for bond
bonded.
for our work,
So
particularly.
don't you think it would be better for us to only deal with contractors that are licensed and bonded?
The other thing you got to think of is, and you might know this, some contractors will piggyback off of other people's bonds and stuff.
So
And
you
it's
could
hard. It's really hard to decipher. Okay, are you piggybacking off this person's bond or insurance?
But they'll have their own name on it,
Yeah.
and we'll be at the bottom like the certificate of insurance.
We
Should
can, we,
have
can- we can make
signature.
them prove that they have a bond for this.
They put our name on
Yeah.
it, so we could call up the insurance. Something happened, our attorney take it. Bam.
The only reason why I'm breaking it up because times are changing and people are running off on projects. They running off with money. They don't care who
That's what the bond is.
Just to protect us a little bit.
Even if it's
we
too late
don't
for this
pay
one.
nothing until the project's complete anyway. So
Oh, okay. What do you
yeah,
pay
yeah.
the project?
No.
You want to pay for material?
Just for
Oh,
future
okay.
stuff, because they're
Yeah.
gonna have to put that in their price. If
Yeah.
they gotta get a bond.
Yeah, we pay once the project's complete. They give me an invoice after they're done, and we pay them.
You need a
I
decision.
thought that was pretty good.
I'm gonna make a motion for that. I make a motion to go with your suggestion. All phases construction, total dollar amount $27,764.
Recommendation.
Recommendation. Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. All right, Chief, we got one more to go. MLK Day grooming event.
As of today, it's changed. It will no longer be on January 15th. They're going to give me another date. They're going to actually make it a massive back to school thing in the end of July.
Well, no January, they're gonna wait till July.
Yeah, just some timing issues with getting some items. They're very professional on. They have dates and timelines they want to read. Janelle.
Is that the young lady that came to visit us?
Yeah, she has very specific timelines that she wants to reach to put stuff out and do things and get stuff going. So they've changed it. They're going to do, instead of doing, I think they did it last time in Newton County or Rockdale. They did it there and they had like a bunch of music producers, a bunch of celebrities come out. They're just going to do their big back to school one here. So
Can you recommend them doing it at all of our barber shops and hair
already
salons?
did it.
Thank you. you.
They said, yes, they're gonna do
Because I
both.
don't want to show favoritism.
Yeah, they said they'll do both the barbershops, like the 2 down on
Danny.
this side and 2 on this side.
Keep pushing
Start making
it.
a little, you know,
You
So-
done add me that time.
You don't need anything on that.
give you a little
Come back.
sweet tea.
No, it's still
I'm
cool.
sorry.
No.
I had to tell you one more thing. You said the barber shops, we were going to, say that part again?
They're gonna utilize both the barbershops and salons.
Okay, so people would just be going for their.
They'll have sign-up sheets for kids to come get their haircut.
Okay, for school. Okay, got it.
Phew, that was strong.
No, good. Thank you so much.
I have mucus in my throat. That's why. Okay, thank you.
You ready for me?
All right, police report update.
Did you see y'all's car out there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but we need to take a trip. Where we going?
Savannah.
All right, let's
Both
go.
of
Okay,
Savannah.
so
Let's go back to Papa Do's. How about everybody?
them.
Oh, you, it's all you.
Yep.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
well,
On me
we
too.
can go somewhere else too.
So we got all the cars. I've got 3 of them at the upfitter now. As soon as he gets done with those 3, he'll get the other 2. City council car is out here right now. I'm so glad we got that because we lost a car Tuesday night
Sure
during
did.
the inauguration.
way.
The motor blew up in it. Right here right here. He just went out there and started it up, and so that's the second motor in that car.
He shot. We got all the old cars.
You see how the
Look like
Lord,
the more
you
we
see how
get,
the Lord works.
You
So
might need more to replace some ones.
he's getting a replacement already. This one of the.
That's how he
So
works.
When the other car coming, another week ago.
he told me he said he's going to try to have all of them done by the end of January. The only one that might be a little later is going to be Patterson's because the canine cage is on back order.
We're gonna get a logo on that city car.
I already have that in works.
Man,
A logo on what city
A
car?
magnet logo like that.
on the council. The council
You can
bill.
take it on or off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, with the logo on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be a magnet. I already
You
talked
got me
to
proud.
Tay.
So we got the lights and the
Huh?
sirens.
No.
You mean what? We might be
You
trying
can't
to get
have all
somebody
this
to rush and we might need to turn the light on.
Yeah, I don't need nobody to call me.
You're
say
not a
that.
police
And your
officer.
car is going down the
I don't
highway.
need them to say, hey, we have some people detained right now for using lights. And
Gee.
but yeah, so I mean, it's nice. The dealership was great. They're actually gonna help deliver all the cars here. They're gonna come take a picture and just post that they appreciate working with us. So all that's in the works. We should have that shortly. The grant, we talked to them last week. They are trying to push forward this approval for the vendor with the state. Everybody is held up by that. We've been pushing, even on these Zoom calls, we've been saying, hey, any way you guys can call and say, hey, they need this because we really need this like bad. I think what we lost 2 or 3 radios. Yeah, our radios are just so old that they're just going out. So I was able to work it out with the company that we're ordering the radios with for the grant, that they'll deliver half the radios, and they said whenever you get your grant money, you can just pay us.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're told it should be approved in 2 weeks because the state shut down from December 15th to after the holiday.
How the bulletproof vest is going.
That's a part of that too. It's a part of the grant. Bulletproof vests, new handcuffs, new flashlights.
Do we have lady vests?
Yeah, lady vests will come. Actually, the doors on our car, I didn't tell you this last time, but the doors on the front driver door and the passenger front door and the police cars are bulletproof.
The passengers, which ones is bulletproof?
Not on yours.
I need to know what.
Not on yours. Not
I need to know
on,
where-
not on yours.
What?
In the back.
The one in the back?
All the way in the back.
Third row.
Third
Yeah,
row.
third row. That's
You'll
one.
be
that
fine
one's
back there.
bulletproof.
That's what's
Don't sit in the front.
So,
Exciting.
but yes, a lot of people are excited. I mean, it's Lithonia moving forward.
Yes.
So
Gotta build.
as far as administration report, don't have much. We hit our mid-year checkpoint on our health grant, so we should get our other half of our health grant money here soon.
Okay. Any ideas, council, what y'all want to do? Remember last time Miss Hayes, she took us to bowling.
Where we want to go?
Did y'all want to do something like that again?
Top
Go
golf.
out or top golf?
Oh, okay.
Once we get it, we'll bring it before y'all. We'll make a decision.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm done.
Alrighty, mayor's update. I really don't have an update, just Happy New Year to everyone. I know everybody has exited the building, but for those who are here, hello, Happy New Year. Thank you all for the past 4 years. We did great. I'm excited. Finances are good. We're just moving up and up and up and up.
Yeah,
And we're just being blessed. I'm just happy. I haven't felt this way in a long time. Been on city council, for all those years, and same people still here. So I'm just grateful. I'm not going to get teary-eyed, but I'm just thinking about stuff right now. And I'm here, so
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
that's a good that's okay. That's okay, but it's just showing how strong I am. So I'm grateful for our city clerk, chief. I don't even know how to explain how much I'm grateful for you. I really can't. Publicly, I wish everybody was here, but they get what they want, they leave. But I have to publicly say thank you so much for battling both jobs at the same time. And I want council, give him a hand, please. And with that being said, I really need to talk to you all about a raise for him.
Just give him a raise.
We haven't given him this. We can talk about an executive session, but I need to bring it up. We need to handle that, okay?
Executive session.
Okay. Can we do that tonight?
Yes, my goodness.
Oh, no, not tonight, man. We just went through all of these A's and G's.
Go knock it out real quick.
Because we got something to talk about in executive
Oh, we
session.
got-
Mhm.
Yeah, we have a couple things.
All right. We about to go and let me go to the
Yeah,
restroom.
it was gonna be alone.
Mhm.
Okay,
Let me
so
go
what
to the
about the
restroom.
council members? I got
Okay,
some.
so that's all my update for me. Let's start with Win. You got anything?
Yeah.
You said, do I need a napkin?
You wanna cry?
Yeah. Yeah,
Pass this to Mayor.
I was trying to.
Mayor, that
Happy lady birthday, Councilwoman Emmett.
Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday. Did I rush your birthday? Oh.
Huh? Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Mayor said she was gonna do something for my birthday, but I ain't seen nothing.
What?
Man, you forgetting stuff.
What happened? Who
You
birthday?
said at the inauguration swearing in, we'll include your birthday, and I'm looking.
When,
around
today?
Like,
She didn't
your
even
house.
include us, man. You forgot us. Me
I
and
didn't say y'all
Emmett.
name and that.
No, you announced
It was just like
everybody.
three ghosts.
I forgot.
I know. It was
I was trying to recognize everybody in the.
I was like, and there
Oh,
was
that was
Emmett
last
right
year.
in front of you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
I
y'all
know.
wasn't gonna do nothing for me.
I forgot.
That's why I waited to the end to tell you
Mayor,
that.
he asked you, could he put a bench in the park?
Okay.
And that is, and you could take, it's a couple of more on that. He just wants you to see, give you an idea, give council an idea, everybody could look at it.
Oh yeah, the park is owned by
Well, he wanted to do
Housing
something
authority.
for the city of Lithonia.
Okay.
And that was before, one of the residents here in the city, I'm sure she's gonna pass,
Yeah.
there's some more in there, more
Oh,
slides.
okay.
He did a fire pit, but to give us an idea, it's like for a fire pit.
Real nice.
And he did a bench, and he wanted to do a bench for the city of Lithonia.
Okay.
I'm sure we can do it in the Kelly Park.
That's,
I just need to call Miss Davis and say, hey,
And we could put this in there. We definitely
I'm
need
sure
to
we can do it.
address, put some lights. Because it'd be pitch black.
It'd
I know
be
y'all
black.
said we don't own it, but hey, if you're thinking about putting a bench, put some lights out there too.
Okay.
Because it'd be so dark. I have to use my light.
You
to
said
get
you
it.
wanted to donate that?
This is beautiful.
and,
I might even donate a rock or two.
it
Not
say, he's doing a, like a outside kitchen. But, outside kitchen for someone in their backyard. But he wanted to give you an idea, an idea of how the bench will look. And this is flagstone, but it can also be done in granite, like your mailbox, just solid granite or either flagstone.
Of course, we want granite, right?
Yep.
That's nice.
It's beautiful.
All right. Anything else?
That's
All right. Councilwoman Inman?
Okay, so on the last Walk on Your Round Table, we had a really good conversation. Ms. Ravunda Cosby was on the call, Javon Green, my mother. Were you on the call as well? Yes, Miss May was on the call, but I couldn't see the screen, but I remember your message. And it was a very fruitful discussion. And we talked about this idea that I've been holding on to for a minute, trying to figure out how we're going to make it come to fruition. And the name drum roll is the Lithonia lookbook. So creating a brochure that can be mailed out to everybody. And Raven Mountain said that they don't mind partnering and sponsoring that amount to mail it out. So basically, essentially, it's just going to be like kind of like its own little newspaper in a way, but like including all of our upcoming events, anything that's happening at the amphitheater. It could be voter registration based, how people can get more involved in the city business. We have places for ad sponsorship to keep this thing going. And starting off, which Ms. Cosby made a great idea, a suggestion, is to do it maybe on a quarterly basis, or just starting off maybe like bi-yearly, and stuff like, okay, cool. So I wanted to make sure I say that to you guys now, so we'll be like, what is she talking about? Like, just bring it up in verbal conversation, but working on a template right now that I can share with everyone. So just letting you guys know about that.
You gotta do that.
Like it, because we always talk about how things that we're doing, events that we have, and don't trickle down because everybody not on social media.
Is that
They need something tangible to read and look at. I love it.
All right.
I don't have anything.
All right.
No.
All right.
Okay, there was a sign, where they had a zoning, meeting, on the corner of Kanye Street and 124, which is not in the city, but it's entering the city. So my concern is those trucks. You have the truckings right on it's coming into the city, but it's probably leaving out of the unincorporated cab. So if we're entering the city, you have all of these truck parking lots, and some of them look so bad, especially up there on Pine Mountain. You don't know where they stop and where they end, and what's the name of them. You can't see nothing. So anyway, the variance was the trucking company right down there I was talking about. They was asking for a variance so that they can reduce the sidewalk and the landscape. So when I read that, I'm like, reduce the landscape to what? From what? So then I really got concerned. So I did talk with the administrator over the zoning, and she told me they was reducing the landscape, and they requested, and it was approved, reducing the landscaping for the sidewalk, and they reducing the sidewalk. But she said that they will have landscaping that will be high enough where you can't see the truck and stuff that's parked back there.
Oh.
So, but you got so many places though that don't have any landscaping. So my thing is, okay, so if we have a landscape requirement, who's enforcing it? So that's been taking up my little week and days. I'm like, even if they're not in the city, they're entering in the city is there. We in DeKalb County. I mean, do something,
7271 Covington Highway, is that property in the city of La? It's not, okay, because I noticed that property too. They're supposed to have pavement or gravel down there.
Right. Who's monitoring the stuff?
The cab supposed to be, or either, if it's not the cab, it's Stonecrest.
Right.
Covenant Highway is city's company.
Okay,
All of Covenant Highway from QT at Turner Hill and Covenant Highway all the way down to Panola Road.
but don't we own some property behind?
Behind QT. We own property behind QT is landlocked right now.
Okay. Oh, I thought so. That's why I was asking, but it has nothing. And
Nothing.
and that's why I was asking, I know we own that property behind QT. I was wondering if it was anything before QT. And it's not, but there is a truck stop there. And as you know, by being on the meetings that we were having with the Planning and Sustainability Department of the CAB, they're supposed to be covered, but they're not.
They're not. So we're gonna and that, but in addition to that Pine Mountain, that and they throwing trash. And
That's
I was
right.
telling Chief too, right here in front of the mobile home park on Center Street,
Mhm.
they're starting to park there, and there's trash building up right there. So that's been my concern, that you get in somebody in DeKalb County. I was hoping I could plug something, but
So we do have one, excuse me, so we do have two residents that stay in touch with Marita Johnson as well as Cochran Johnson about the truck stops. They do have a some type of rapport with some of the code enforcement people, because they have called them, a lot of time about the stop signs being torn down and different things. They've called them and they're very familiar with them, but at the same time, we need something, in writing.
right. I rode down there today, and one of those long trailer, 18-wheeler, the trailer. I see one of those pulling, what you call them, balances. It looked like a home. It looked like they turned a trailer into a mobile home back there. So now we have a trailer park out of these 18-wheeler cabs. They're making homes out of them.
Wow.
And then
Where's
It right there on go down Pine Mountain, go down Blue Street, keep going. Pine Mountain.
RV too.
Yeah, it's like it's a home. Like they set up shop back there, and so they have the fence with the little silk thing around it. That's not landscape.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Does the CAB do run their meetings like similar to ours where they can do public comment?
Yeah, that's what.
So maybe
Yeah, definitely. That's my
what
next
needs to
thing.
be had.
Exactly.
The taxpayers need to start going to DeKalb County having these conversations as taxpayers.
Right.
Even us, not being councilwomen and councilmen,
But going in as a
a
taxpayer.
citizen in
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah. So that was my plan. My next thing is, when are they having their next meeting? Is it Tuesday? So yeah, I have to get up early. It's 9:00. They have a meeting 9:00.
in the morning, they stop doing afternoon.
I seen some, it's 9:00, but I'll see which one it is, because I was looking at the zoning and the DeKalb County, because they have several different meetings.
I make a motion to. No.
You
We gotta go to executive
Yeah.
session.
Mhm. All right,
Okay.
well, that's
No,
it
that's
for
important, though. We
for
need to figure
council
that out.
member updates. I would like a motion to go in executive session, please.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Executive
Real quick,
session.
the next planning and zoning commission meeting for the CAB is January 9th, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Mhm.
You said 11 p.m.
6 p.m.
Six-
to
11. That's planning, that's not the DeKalb County meeting, but it's part of their meeting, but
It
it's some,
is planning and sustainability.
yeah, planning and sustainability, but they have, DeKalb County have their own. you
But
know.
is that where they allow the public to come in and make comments?
Oh,
We gonna
she's
need
sweet.
some food, but we
Question, executive session. Did you turn? Oh,
Maybe I'll make her mad.
I don't eat nice much. They don't have names on it, do they?